Hey, this is John Young with the Weekend Handyman. Today we're looking at some planking for your scaffolding. We just finished a major roof job here, and we'll be doing some videos on what we did a little bit with that. But right now, I've got some scaffolding here, and we picked up these two bottom planks. These two we bought from a local tool distributor, what have you. We paid about $250 a plank for those. Then I went to Home Depot and picked up a 3-pack of the Metaltech. And I'll put a link in the description below so you can go check these out. But basically, $250 a pop, and these were under $100 a piece. So it was, I think it was $298 for 3 of them. The question in my head was, how much difference are there between the $250 ones and the $100 ones? So let's take a look at that in this video. First off, we're talking 7-foot scaffolding. So both of these planks are 7 foot. They both have 3 hooks on them on each end. Now there is 7-foot scaffolding out there that only has 2, and then there's people who use the 2x10 or 2x12 or wood. There's a lot of different options and such for that. If you can actually see up there, we have another plank. That's from Little Giant Ladders that we used up there as kind of our put the tools up there to get up on top. So a lot of different options. I wanted to go with the 3 clips instead of the 2 because they have a little bit more weight capacity, and just one more clip just gives me a feeling of more redundant safety. So that's why we went with this. So looking at it, both have that. Both have the same 75 pounds per square foot rating, so they're identical that way. If we look at the bottom of the Metaltech, we see we've got our bolts, everything's bolted on. We've got our little flange that they're bolted onto. Down here, we've got a little wind clip that you would pivot out to catch the truss or the scaffolding, so it's going to stay in place. I'm going to slide this one back a little bit. And now let's take a look at the expensive one. We tip that up and such, and if you can see that, we've got the same bracket, the same bolts, the same wind clip, same shape and everything across the board. Truthfully, they look, with the texture on top and everything, as the exact same ones. Let me just tip this up. They both have the exact same texture on the top of the plank. Three little metal ridges all the way across here, so there's 3, 3, 3, 3, and they've got little cuts in them so that they will give you some traction. These were actually, and again, the expensive ones have it and the Metaltech have it. This was actually pretty big for this. I've used some where we've had wood, and of course, when it's dry, the wood gives you decent traction. When it gets wet, concerning. We had a couple of times where there were some showers, and this helped keep us from slipping too much at all. You would get some decent traction. Secondly, is when you were putting material up on the scaffolding to get it up on the roof. When I'm doing this by myself, I could put some wood on here, lean it up against the other side, the other piece up there, and it would grip on the little ridges here. They're probably about 1/8 of an inch high, so you have that little extra height so that things wouldn't come sliding off and then end up on the ground again. So some neat things that they have developed here for the planks on scaffolding. So first off, from my conclusion, and this is unscientific by the way, the Metaltech scaffolding planking, 7-foot one, 19 inches wide, pretty much identical to the stuff I got locally, and maybe I overpaid because I bought it locally, but that's what it was. $250 for that one, $100 for this one. Same pretty much thing across the board, different brand name on the 2, but they're just pretty much what a person would, either one is about the same. Weight-wise, everything, it's just all the same. The only thing I could see differently is the bolts, the carriage bolts that are used on the Metaltech are a little bit larger than the heads that are on the more expensive one. That's it. It's the only difference I see. We'll put a link in the description below so you guys can go check this out. If you're getting into scaffolding and debating between wood planks and the metal, I would highly recommend the metal, but that's another video. We'll talk more about that and take it from there. Again, links down below. Thank you for watching. This is John Young with the Weekend Handyman.
For more tips and how-to videos, go to weekendhandyman.com.